Come on, it's not that cold.
Then why am I learning how to play the piano with gloves?
We've been working together a long time. You gotta have faith.
Yeah. But whatever happened to Hope and Charity?
Hope and charity? They just opened a new musical out of town.
Seriously, this is a good show. But how are you going to get it up for them? You don't have any money, and you don't even have a leading role.
That's where you're wrong. Do you know Mona Monroe?
Mona Monroe, she's playing the lead in that revival of Annie. It's the hottest ticket in town.
But she outgrew the part. You can't stay 14 forever.
How old is she?
31.
See what you mean.
As soon as we sign Mona for the lead, we'll be able to buy the backing we need. We'll be able to buy lights, costumes, scenery, advertising.
Lights, heat, water.
We just gotta hold down expenses for a while. Mona's leaving here later today, and we'll work everything out.
All right, but I wouldn't put too much faith in Mona. I hear she tends to be temperamental.
Don't worry, we've been friends for years.
Yeah, that was when she was a poor, struggling actress.
Excuse me. I'm looking for Mr. Foster, Richard Foster.
This is Mr. Foster. See you after lunch. Stay cool.
Very funny.
We'll have to hurry, Eddie. I got something important to talk to you about.
Mr. Foster, I thought I'd never find you.
You're not a bill collector?
Nothing like that. I'm an actress.
Oh, I see.
Look, I brought you a letter of recommendation. It's from my drama coach.
Very good. You've had a lot of amateur experience.
Yes, and you know my drama coach, of course.
Phyllis Jones. It's not exactly a household name.
But she's a good friend of your uncle's psychiatrist. She was sure you'd remember her.
I didn't know my uncle had a psychiatrist. I just knew he needed one.
You're not very impressed, are you?
Look, kid, out there's a street called Broadway. It could just as well be called the Street of Broken Dreams and Lonely Hearts.
That would be a funny name for a street.
Hundreds of kids like you come here every day to New York, to the Big Apple. Kids with talent, good looks, ambition, all wanting the same thing. Success, adulation, recognition.
But I'm willing to work hard.
Of course you are. They all are. Tell me, kid, where are you from? Nebraska, California, Colorado?
New Rochelle.
New Rochelle?
So what's wrong with New Rochelle?
Nothing. Whether it's Colorado, California, or New Rochelle. It's just not New York.
But what do you mean? New Rochelle is less than an hour from here.
That's right. It's only about 45 minutes. But what a difference that makes. The West, so they say, is a land far away, where actors put talent behind
I can work my way up.
Good job, Nicholas.
Yes! Yes! Thanks.
Come on, I'll buy you lunch.
Thanks, Mr. Foster, but where are we going? I'm not terribly well dressed.
You're fine. We're going to McDonald's.
McDonald's?
Yeah, like I said, you deserve a break today. Hiya, I'm looking for a doll named Trixie. Trixie? I think you'll find her right off stage left.
Right? Off left?
I believe that's right. Isn't that the way she left?
Left? Right? Could you just point?
Sure, over there. Tell her Mr. Foster just left for lunch.
Left. All right. I'll tell her.
Lex, I thought that would be like that.
Hey, Trixie, don't call me Lex.
But Lex, I always call you Lex.
Not now. I'm on the limb. I just got off the subway.
What happened to your limo?
It's full of bullet holes. Even the bulletproof windows.
Gosh, Lex, you think someone's mad at you?
Yeah, it's those mugs from the north side, south side, and the east side.
What do they want?
The west side.
But you got the west side.
That's the problem. Here I am, just an honest bookie, trying to turn a buck, with a little off-track betting, and them bums really keep trying to muscle in.
Maybe you want to call the police.
I don't think they really understand.
How about the Small Business Administration?
I don't think they'd be much of a help.
Well, this is some country. When an honest citizen can't go for a ride in his bulletproof limo without having a shot full of bullet holes.
They just don't make bulletproof cars the way they used to.
Sometimes I think I'd like to move to some foreign country somewhere, like Hawaii, maybe.
Now don't you go knocking on the good US of A. America has been good to me. You know, my parents went through Ellis Island.
No kidding. Was they tourists?
No, they was immigrants. Came here without a gun. Now where in the world could a kid like me grow up and earn $1 million just one of the little horse parlors? This is really the land of opportunity.
You've been real lucky, Leg.
Sure, I was born on a lucky day, the 4th of July.
Hey, you're a regular Yankee Doodle dandy.
I sure am. What's more, Quentin, you're my Yankee Doodle sweetheart. I'm the Yankee Doodle dandy, a Yankee Doodle do or die. A real life nephew of an Uncle Sis, born on the 4th of July. Got a Yankee Doodle sweetheart, she's my Yankee Doodle joy. Yankee Doodle came to London just to ride the pony. He is a Yankee Doodle boy. Yes, I am that Yankee Doodle boy.
But what about those bikes around you, Leg? What are you gonna do?
I don't know. Can't go back to my place. How about your place?
My place, there's four of us living there already. About as public as this theater.
That's it.
What's it?
We'll stay around here for a couple days. This is the last place anybody would look.
I know the extra dressing room that has a pot. It might work.
Someone's coming. Let's go have a look at that pad. Better see if we can find some other outlets. They look kind of conspicuous.
Quick, down the way.
Okay, Penny. What's this news that's so important? We had to rush back so quick. Anything that interrupts my second cup of coffee has got to be bad.
I was trying to tell you at lunch, but the restaurant was so noisy.
Besides that, we were sitting at opposite ends of the counter.
Those were the only seats they had left.
Okay, so what's the news?
Well, it's kind of good and it's kind of bad.
Then I better sit down.
My niece, little Millie, is coming to visit me from Virginia.
Is that all? Well, what's the good news?
That was the good news.
Think I'll sit down.
You see, I told the family I was this big star at a Broadway show
So you told a little bit.
and that I was rich and famous New York pianist?
Me?
You.
Well, maybe she's too young to tell the difference.
Not that young, I'm afraid.
Virginia? Nobody comes from Virginia.
George Washington did.
So he's an exception.
Thomas Jefferson did.
I mean, recently.
I'm from Virginia.
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
Well, if you'd ever been there, you wouldn't have forgot. I'll tell you. I was born in Virginia. That's the state that will win ya. If you got a soul in ya, ain't no southern friend. In the city of Norfolk, all of beauty's in Norfolk. Right in the state if you ever played in it, right by town.
Hey, Eddie, you don't gotta be a Southerner to appreciate the South. That's right. A lot of us ain't never been further than the Bronx, but we know a lot about Southern hospitality. We sure do, don't we, Betty?
Monty Doyle.
You just gotta listen to us, Eddie.
I was born in Virginia. That's the state that'll win ya. If you got a soul in ya, ain't no southern friend. In the city of Norfolk, home of beauties and Norfolk. Reckon you'll stay there if you ever played in that right by town. I was born in Virginia. That's the state that'll win ya. If you got a soul in ya, ain't no southern friend. In the city of Norfolk, home of beauties and Norfolk. Reckon you'll stay there if you ever played in that right by town.
Call for our next number, Eddie. We'll be backstage rehearsing. And rehearsing and rehearsing. And this time, don't forget us neither. Or else it's like this is the finale because of you.
Oh, Betty, make sure you bring little Millie around when she gets here. After you introduce her to Eddie, of course.
Ciao.
Okay, so when do we meet this little niece from back home?
Well, I told her to come to the theater when she got into town. I figured we'd be in rehearsal.
How old's the little tyke?
Well, she was 8 when I left home.
That shouldn't be a problem.
That was 10 years ago.
That's a problem.
Let's call the airport and see if her flight's in. We can worry about the rest later.
An 18-year-old in Manhattan for the first time? I think you should start worrying now. Might as well get an early start.
Oh. Hey there.
Can we help you?
Yeah, we're looking for a friend of ours, Blake Ruby.
You ain't seen him, have you?
Is he in the theater?
How should I know? That's what I'm asking you.
She means, does he work in the theater?
No, he's got some horse parlors.
I thought horses lived in stables.
He takes the bets on the nats. He's a bookie.
Who's got the money to gamble on horses?
We got word that Legs is going with this doll Trixie who works here. There's some guys uptown who want to find him.
They want to give him a new overcoat.
You could use one around here.
Cement overcoat.
Ah, that must be awfully heavy in the summertime.
Never mind, we'll just look around here for ourselves. Bab, you look over there, and I'll check over here.
What is that? It's my costume. What do you think? Looks like something Dick would come up with. Probably a new production number.
You, seen any strangers around here?
Nah, nobody but us thespians.
I think Legs is Hungarian.
We still got these other places to try, Muggsy.
Yeah, we can check back here later.
Sure wish these pictures were better.
You got a picture of me, though. That ought to be enough.
Now, there's a pair to draw to if I ever saw one.
Why, it's little Millie.
Don't look now, but I think she just grew up.
Aunt Betty, I recognize you right away from your publicity pictures.
Millie, I am so glad you could come to New York for a visit.
I'm not here for a visit. I want to be a famous actress like you.
A what?
And you must be the famous pianist Betty wrote me about.
I don't know what she wrote you about, all right?
Do all pianists dress like that in New York?
Only when they don't want to be recognized.
And you look like an actor, at least.
I do?
I mean, yeah, I do.
Thanks for lunch, Mr. Foster.
Oh, it was nothing.
I haven't had a Big Mac since I left.
What was that?
Yesterday.
Mr. Foster, I'd like you to meet my niece, Millie, from Virginia.
So you're the famous Broadway producer and director, Dick Foster.
You might say that.
And then again, you might not.
I hope this isn't another one of your relatives.
Him? Never saw him before in my life.
There you are. I've been looking all over for you.
Sorry, Trixie. After I got dressed, I must have took a wrong turn someplace.
Now I remember. You were here before lunch. I don't know who you are, but you can't stay in the theater.
Come on, Mr. Foster. You don't got no place to go. Gosh, mister. Things must be pretty tough if you have to get your clothes from wardrobe.
Lady, tough ain't the word. You might call it a case of life and death.
Well, maybe we could all pitch in and help. I don't think my friends here would take no charity.
Okay. He can stay. Maybe we can use him as a walk-on and show us.
You won't be sorry, Mr. Foster.
I'm sorry already. Can't you find anything that won't make you look like a walking ad for the Globe Theater?
Sure, pal. Don't want to do nothing to help your competition.
Come on, we'll find you something else to wear.
And show Mary the dressing rooms, Trixie. She's taking Susie's spot in the chorus.
I got to get Millie settled in our apartment, but I should be back in time for afternoon rehearsal.
Oh, Richard, darling. I just had to come over and see how your new show is going.
Go ahead. Take all the time you need. Mona Monroe, you look every inch a star.
Yes, I do, don't I? Hello, Eddie dear.
Hi, Mona.
We've been holding your part for you, Mona. When do you start rehearsals?
That's why I came by, my love. I understand you've been having some difficulties raising money to open.
We're just a few dollars short. Nothing to worry about.
Exactly how much is a few dollars? What's the budget for the show?
About 100,000.
I see. And how much do you still need?
About 100,000. But Mona, as soon as we announce that you're playing the lead, we can get the backing we need in a minute.
I understand, but my agent has found me this other role and he insists I take it. After all, your last two shows didn't do very well. You can't ask me to take a chance at this point in my career.
But Mona, remember, I was the one who discovered you in the chorus.
Yes, I know.
I gave you your first big break.
Yes, I know.
I made you a star.
That's true. And now I have the responsibility to my public. I hope you understand.
I'm afraid I do. All too well.
I'd love to help you, dear. And if I find someone with $100,000, you'll be the first one to know. Meanwhile, you should do something about this theater. It's an absolute refrigerator.
Sure, Mona. Thanks a lot.
Well, I must be away to Saudi's. I'm lunching with my agent. There's a new producer and he wants me to meet. Ta-ta, don't be a stranger now.
Sure, Mona. See you around.
Goodbye, Eddie.
Drop dead, Mona.
It was so nice seeing you again.
Well, what do we
we have two chances, slim and none. The heat's turned off, the rent's past due, and I owe money to everyone I see.
Sounds like you're living the American dream.
I'd like to go somewhere and cry in my beer, if I could afford the beer.
Isn't there something you can do?
There are a couple of people I can still try, but money's pretty tight. It's kind of hard to find someone with $100,000 to invest. I think we better break the bad news to the cast until we can put something together.
Sure. Let me take care of it. Meanwhile, you just get out there and do the best you can.
I'll call you right away if I find it.
Mary, I'm gonna thank you for sticking up for life. My friend's here.
Yeah, Joel, sure appreciate.
That's all right. I was glad to help.
Imagine living right across the street from the theater and being so close to all the excitement. Yeah, real convenient. You can unpack later tonight, but now I'd like you to meet the rest of the cast.
I forgot how cold this place is. Let's go back to the hospital.
Who's in the hospital?
Susie collapsed at lunch.
I told her to change restaurants. Is she all right?
She was still in the emergency room, but she looked a lot better.
They said something about hypothermia. Isn't that what dogs get?
No, that's hydrophobia. How'd you come up with this whatever it is?
It's from getting too cold. We could all come down with that.
Say, I'd like you all to meet my niece, Millie, from Virginia.
Hi, Millie. And this is Mary Collins, who's going to be in the show.
Hi, Mary.
Everybody.
Gang, could you kind of gather around? I've got an announcement to make. As you know, we've been having a little trouble financing the show.
If you mean that we haven't been paid, you're right.
Dick was hoping to get Mona Monroe for the lead. It fell through. Looks like the show's off unless he can raise $100,000.
What?
Come on, cheer up. After all, it's not a matter of life and death.
Speak for yourself, pal.
I know how you feel. You think you've got it made, and something like this comes along and kicks the slats right up from under you. But you've got to be, well, kind of philosophical about it.
Yeah, you're right. Life's like that.
If it wasn't so sad, it would be funny.
It's a funny proposition, all right.
Sure.
Looks like to me you're gonna let this thing beat you.
It's like you're right.
But this is America, the land of opportunity, where we all have chances to succeed.
Or fall on our face.
He's right. We should never give up.
How long you been in New York, honey?
Ever since this morning. That figures.
Look, he's right. We've all got a lot invested in this show. I agree we should make it go or die trying.
I wish you wouldn't use that word.
Look, Dick's out seeing if he can raise the money for the show right now. Let's give him a chance.
Why not? We got nothing better to do.
Yeah, give us a call if you get any word.
All right, and I have a feeling it won't be long. Now let's all take a 1-hour break and go home and warm up.
Come on, Millie, let's get you settled.
What's the matter, kid? Homesick?
In a way, I might be. But the Big Apple, it sort of gets in your blood.
I know what you mean.
It's nothing like Los Angeles or Chicago, and certainly nothing like New Rochelle. Only 45 minutes from Broadway. Think from the changes it brings. For the short time it takes, what a difference it makes in the ways of the people and things.
Romeo, Romeo, Leporata, Romeo, denied our father, refused our name. Oh, will not be, but sworn my love, and I no longer be a Capulet.
Romeo and Juliet, Act 2, Scene 1.
Oh, I didn't know anyone was here.
I just arrived. Where is everyone?
Probably home in bed. Early rising doesn't seem to be a tradition in the theater, but you should know that.
I don't know why. Oh, the Shakespeare thing. Required reading in English literature. Rather a waste of time, I thought.
A waste of, well, whom are you looking for? I may be of assistance.
I believe it's one Richard Foster.
That's good, because we only have one Richard Foster.
You don't need to get snippy. I don't relish the assignment, believe me.
Oh, you're doing a term paper on the theater. That explains
I am not doing a term paper on the theater. I am working on my MBA, Master of Business Administration at Columbia, and I can do it without the interrogation.
All right, I'm aiming but simple country girl, but I can take a hint.
Hi there, you must be Mr. Harper. I got your call. Sorry I'm late.
Punctuality is important.
In this business, you tend to become a night person. I rarely get up before noon. Even my alarm clock refuses to ring before 11.
I see. I've been instructed to deliver this cashier's check to you.
What is this, some kind of joke?
If it is, it's a rather expensive one, I must say.
Paid the order of $100,000. But who? What? Why?
$100,000! Oh, sorry.
I'm not going to divulge any names, only to say that it is an appreciation of what you have done.
That's a lot of appreciation.
It's an investment in your show.
You mean we got an angel?
That may be going a bit far.
Mr. Harper, an angel is someone who invests money in a show. Even I know that. Mr. Foster, would you like me to tell Betty the good news?
Yes, and if she can contact Eddie and the others, I'd like to get back into rehearsal right away.
Sure thing. Gosh, this really is exciting.
It was Mona, wasn't it?
I don't know what you mean.
Mona Monroe. She said she wanted to help. I just didn't believe she was serious.
I'm afraid I've said all I can, except for that I've been instructed to stay on and help with the financial arrangements for the show.
Sure thing. First, I'm going over to the landlord to get the heat turned back on.
I've already taken care of that.
That's right. It's almost warm in here. Say, you're really efficient.
Of course.
Then I'll just take this check right across the street to the bank and get back into rehearsal. We waited too long for Mona. We're short on time.
Let me see. I have one more paper to turn in, and then I'm finished for the term. I'll be back shortly.
See you later.
Dick, what are you doing up at this hour?
You'll never believe it.
Try me.
Mona got me back into the show. He was just here. I'm taking the check to the bank now.
You're right. I don't believe it. The only person Mona ever did it for was Mona.
People change.
You know what they say about leopard?
They make good fur coats.
No, they don't change their stripes. And that's spots.
Look, you're wrong about Mona, and I'll prove it. As soon as I make the deposit on this check, I'm going to personally call her and thank her. Meanwhile, I put out an early rehearsal call.
Oh, that's right.
Hey, don't complain. Notice the heat's been turned back on?
You're right. At first I thought we were moving close to the equator.
I'll be back as soon as I can.
All right. Meanwhile, we'll get started on some of the dance numbers since everyone's here. Better find Lex. I think he's all right.
Hiya, dog.
Can I help you?
Maybe. Looking for a friend of mine. Legs, Ruby.
You ain't no friend of Legs.
How'd you know that?
I mean, I don't know who you're talking about.
Hey, you're Trixie Sticks. You're the mall Legs has been going with.
What do you mean, more?
You know what I mean. Now where's Legs?
Hey, that hurt.
You back again? What are you trying to do?
Never mind, Eddie. Misunderstanding.
Something funny's going on around here.
Yeah, we're putting on a musical comedy.
I think you'd better be on your way.
We ain't ready to go just yet.
You heard what I said.
Let's hope you change your mind.
Careful, Eddie. He knows how to use that.
I just changed my mind.
You go on and see what he was doing. Never mind us. Come on, dog. We got a hunch to find him around here somewhere.
That pair sure makes me nervous.
They can do worse than that, honey. They can make you dead.
Hey, that could really spoil your career.
Look, now that Dick has the money to go ahead, he might as well start getting stuff ready for the show.
Good idea. Let's bring up some of the props.
I'll give you a hand.
No, you better stay here. I put out a call for an early rehearsal.
It's lucky everyone lives close. They'll be coming in almost any minute now.
How do you do it? It's this hour in the morning.
They've got loyalty,
Sure.
enthusiasm,
Besides that,
spirit.
I understand.
He also said they were going to get paid.
There's an unbeatable combination. Loyalty, spirit, enthusiasm, and money.
Susie, I thought you were in the hospital.
No, they just turned me loose. I wasn't as sick as they thought. Just need a little good food and some rest. That's welcome news. Besides, my Blue Cross is expired. I guess you just can't afford to be sick without insurance.
Well, I'm sure glad you're all right.
I just came in early to check the call board. Who are they? New members of the company?
More like building inspectors. Come on, we're bringing out some of the props.
Dick raised money for the show. Everything's going to be all right.
Hey, that's terrific. Hey, wait for me. Can I help?
Sure, come on.
Is the coast clear?
So there you are. Actually, I know if the coast is clear. Call the Coast Guard.
Don't kid around, man. Muggsy and Babs are all over the place.
I know. I was afraid they'd find you. Muggsy's becoming on a little heavy pushing people around.
Maybe I should call some of the boys to take care of them.
They're not the kind anyone would miss. Besides, wouldn't they just call someone else to get you?
Yeah, you're right. We'll have to think of something else.
We just got the good news. The show is on. We're gonna get paid. Yeah, Dick said that Mona helped raise the money.
Mona? Who's this Mona?
She's this big star.
Dick helped her get started. Gave her the role that made her famous.
And she's been giving him the snub ever since. It just doesn't figure.
I see y'all got my message.
Any of the others are bringing out some of the props.
Looks like everyone's here, Dick. Even Susie's back.
What about that new girl, Mary? She was gonna take Susie's spot in the chorus.
Yeah, that's right. But what's more important, who's going to play the lead? I hate to say it, but what about Mona?
I called her to thank her for finding me the angel for the show. She sounded a little bit surprised, but didn't say another thing about the part I was holding for her.
How about one of the girls from the chorus? What do you think, Betty?
I think it would be great. But let's face it, we're gypsies, goofers, dancers.
But we need someone who can dance.
Sure, she's got to dance and sing and act.
What this pod calls for is a fresh, exciting new talent. Someone who will really wow those critics.
But where can we find someone like that now?
Good morning, everybody. I hope I'm not late.
That's it.
One chance in a million. So crazy it just might work.
We've got no choice. Tell me, kid, can you sing?
Sing, I heard her, she's great. Can you dance?
Can you act?
Merchant of Venice, Portia, Act 4. The quality of mercy is not strained. It is dropped as gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath. It is twice blessed. It is blessed with him that gives and him that takes. 'Tis mightiest in the mightiest. It becomes the throne monarch better than his crown.
Well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
I bet it was great. She'll be fine. Just fine.
What is this all about anyhow?
They want you for the lead of the play.
How about that, kid?
Wait a minute. How's she gonna have the part ready in time? We're scheduled to open next week.
Don't worry about that. I read the play last night and memorized most of the lines, just in case.
That's impossible.
Not really. I'm a quick study. Besides, I have a photographic memory.
I see you're all hard at work, so don't let me bother you.
I thought you'd to see one of your professors.
I mailed the material in. From now on, I'm all yours.
Looks like you got a brass ring.
A brass ring? What's that for?
A free ride on the merry-go-round.
Sticks and stones may break my bones.
Good thinking.
Cut it out, you two. Come on, we're wasting valuable time. Let's get to work.
You don't fool me no more. Your land's Ruby.
The big time bookie, you've got it here.
Does this look like we're kidding?
Whatever gave you that idea? Like, Winthrop, here's an actor. We told you.
Winthrop? Nobody I heard of was ever named Winthrop.
Look, we're busy, and if you two don't get out of here right now,
You're what?
Look, you don't want to make a mistake you'll be sorry for.
Yeah, that's right. You don't want to make a mistake that I'll be sorry.
It ain't no mistake. We got a contract on you, and we're gonna finish it now.
Wait a minute. I can vouch for this man. He's been working here as long as I have.
that's right, me too.
Okay then. What do you do?
He's an actor. Everybody's heard of.
Winthrop.
Yes, Winthrop Throckmorton. Yeah.
Okay then. Act something.
Act something?
You heard what I said?
Act something. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, under God, with liberty and justice for all.
What else do you do?
What else?
He sings.
I sing.
That's right, hit it, Eddie.
Okay, places everyone.
Hey, Marty, did Dick just say places? Hey, Eddie, did Dick just say places? Yeah, he said places, all right. But now? Right now? Yeah, right now. Quick, get everybody on stage. Good idea. You go this way, I'll go that way. Hey, Mindy, Marty, Dick just said places!
There's a feeling comes a stealing and it sets our brains a-reeling when we're listening to the music of a military band.
Any tune like Yankee Doodle, sing
too healthy around here.
Looks that way.
Think we'll take us a little vacation. The Bahamas, maybe.
Or Shangri-La. Here, that's nice.
How about Devil's Island?
I hope that's the last we've seen of them.
Yeah, there's something about guns I don't like, especially when they're pointed at me.
That's worse than the critics on opening night.
Makes you wonder what could happen next.
Don't even think about it. Looks like those characters have us all a little shook up. Let's take a 10-minute break.
There's coffee in my dressing room.
I could use some.
Me too.
And Mary, I want to go read part of the show.
I can hardly wait to get started.
Dad, like, did he really say Dad?
I guess we can't keep it a secret any longer.
I guess not. You've been two-timing me all along. Why this man is old enough, well, he's old enough to vote anyhow.
Listen, Trixie, I lost my wife when Donald here was just a kid.
The mob put a bomb in his car.
She wanted to use the car first, do some shopping. I didn't want anything like that to happen to Donald here.
So he took my mother's maiden name, Harper, but now I'm going to change it back again. Dad grew up in a tough business, but he's always played it straight, and I'm proud of him.
So am I. At least I will be once I get used to the idea.
Then you don't mind getting a ready-made family, even old enough to vote?
After going with you for 10 years, all I can say is, this is so sudden.
Maybe we should walk and talk about it.
Would you care for a cup of coffee?
Sure, thanks.
Donald, tell Dick we'll be back in time for rehearsal.
Yeah, I don't want to blow my big chance of show business.
I was beginning to think you didn't like me.
I thought the same about you.
I guess I was on the defensive, seeing you up here on the stage and all.
And I thought you only saw me as a silly country girl from a small town.
Oh no, just the opposite. Like the way you stepped in when those gangsters were here. That was really quick thinking.
Oh, I did the first thing that came to mind. I guess we were all pretty scared.
Anyhow, since you're new in town, what would you say to a tour around the Big Apple?
You mean New York?
That's what we call it.
Pardon me, but I'd like to speak with Dick, Mr. Foster.
Mona Monroe. I know he'll be glad to see you. I'll get him.
Thank you.
Isn't it wonderful? Mr. Foster's gonna have enough money for a show. I know it's gonna be a big success.
Let's hope so.
Mona, I thought I knew your voice. Thanks for stopping by. Say, I'd like to meet our new leading lady, Mary Collins. Ask Mary to come up, would you?
Sure thing.
I'll show you the way. I think she's in her room practicing a line.
There'll never be another Mona Monroe, but maybe you can give Mary a few tips.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. I found that I'll be at liberty to take the lead in your new show after all.
I appreciate that, Mona, but I've already cast the part. You know that.
Then you really didn't mean what you told me on the phone.
About the money? Certainly I meant it. I had that check for $100,000 almost before you left the theater.
But let me put it this way, Dick. No Mona Monroe, no show.
That's blackmail.
Isn't it, sweetie?
I won't do it.
You mean you're gonna throw all those nice people out of work? Come now, Richard. You can always give this little Mary Sunshine a bit part in your next show.
I guess you're right. I don't have much of a choice. Maybe she can be your understudy at least.
You know, I always pick my own understudy. Not that anyone ever goes on for Mona Monroe. I think it's best if you just dismiss her now. Somehow I wouldn't feel quite comfortable having her around.
Dick? Oh, Mona Monroe, it's such an honor to meet you.
Well, Richard, we're waiting.
Mary? Well, it seems that Mona, well, she's going to be able to take the lead in the show after all. I know you're going to be disappointed, but
That's okay, Dick. When you get someone like Mona Monroe, you just can't take a chance on somebody nobody knows. Anyway, there's still that spot in the chorus,
I'm afraid not. Susan's back from the hospital,
and there's nothing left for me. Well, I guess that's show business. From the headlines to the bread lines in one afternoon.
look, if you need money, I want to help.
No, it's okay. I've got enough for a train ticket home. Right now, I guess that's all I really need.
Well, Richard, since this little misunderstanding has been cleared up, I think we should discuss terms. I think 2,000 a week.
2,000? Mona, we better discuss this in my office.
Anything you say, Richard.
Look, Mona, 1,200 is the best we can do.
1,800. My agent would never let me take a penny less.
taking the lead in the play.
But how could that happen? I thought you had the part.
There must be some misunderstanding.
That's right. Dick would never go back on his word.
No, he's doing what he thinks is best. And so am I.
What do you mean?
I'm going back home for a while.
Back to your hotel?
No, back to New Rochelle.
Think it over a little, and maybe you'll change your mind.
No, I think it'll be best this way. I'm going to leave right away. It'll be easier.
Well, we'll show you the train, won't we, girls?
We sure will. That's the least we could do.
What about rehearsal?
Dick can rehearse more until we get back.
I really appreciate this. I really do.
Hey, Sid, Jimmy, it's Mary. Looks like she's leaving. Leaving? So soon? But you just got here.
I just heard that now that Mona Monroe's back in, Mary's out.
Mary's out and she's leaving?
We can't let her go off without saying goodbye.
Yeah, I guess we'll all just have to say, go along.
It's nice of all you folks to see me to the train. So long, Mary. I didn't think you'd care if you should never see me again. You're wrong, Mary. This reminds me of my family. On the day I left from home, you see, to the depot when they came with me, I seemed to hear them say, so long, Mary. Mary, we will miss you so. So long, Mary. How we hate to see you go. And we'll all be longing for you, Mary, night and noon. So long, Mary. Don't forget to come back soon. It's awfully nice of all you folks to see me off today. So long, Mary. I didn't think you'd care if I should either go or stay. You're wrong, Mary. I'll return, how soon I cannot tell. Awfully nice of you to wish me well. Hardly though a soul in all New York would even come to say, so long, Mary. Mary, we will miss you so. So long, Mary. How we hate to see you go. Then we'll all be longing for you, Mary, night and noon. So long, Mary. Don't forget to come back soon. Oh, don't forget to come back soon.
Promise us, Sam.
I promise.
It's so unfair. Mary's just perfect for that part. When Mary got that part, I felt as if maybe someday I could get a leading role too.
Even though Mona Monroe is a big star, she doesn't seem very nice.
Yeah, every time she's around at Buster, she acts like she owns Broadway. I not only own Broadway, I am Broadway. I'm Mona Monroe, star of the... Hi, Miss Monroe. Bye, Miss Monroe.
Dick, darling, I knew we could come to an agreement.
Might as well take it to your agent. We'll sign the contracts tomorrow.
I don't get it, Dick. You've never gone back on your word before.
I didn't have a choice. After all, Mona got me the money for the show.
She certainly did not. Can I tell him, Dad?
Tell me what? I don't understand what you're talking about.
About the money?
Sure. The heat's off now. I'll put up the dough for the show.
Mona, you lied to me.
I didn't say a thing. You just thought I arranged for the money, and with all that cash around, I just thought little Mona should get her share.
Well, if little Mona doesn't get out of here right now, she'll get what's coming to her. But good.
I'm going. But what about our agreement?
Null and void, Mona baby. I've got to leave for my show, and here she is.
See if I care to get another flop.
Dad, I thought it was just a figure of speech. Why would you want to put all that money up for my show?
I figured at 100 G's, I need a safe place to hide it. So it would be good life insurance.
I understand that, but like you said, the heat's off. Most of the money is still in the bank. You can have it back if you want.
No way. That stuff is all behind me. I'm an angel now. How about that, honey?
You sure are, Lex. Now what you need is a set of wings.
Well, come on, everyone. We're wasting valuable time.
Places!
I want to hear that big first act finale one more time.
Loud and clear, everyone. Let's hear it.
Well, what do you think, Eddie?
I think we'll find out on opening night.
That's what I'm afraid of.
The audience loves it. I even thought I saw one of the critics smile.
They never smile. Besides, worry about this next scene. How about moving the sandbag to the right a little?
Relax. Everything's fine. The stage is set.
Okay, kill the music.
Places, everyone.
What time you got?
9 minutes to 0 hour.
Then, over the top.
I don't know which is worse, the fighting or the waiting.
I'll tell you what. You fight, and I'll wait. 5:53.
Notice how time flies when you're about to get killed.
Some fun.
Sorry, just trying to take your mind off the war.
Well, I got news. It's not working. I just wonder what we're doing here anyway.
We're making the world safe for democracy.
I just hope the world appreciates it.
Someone's got to do it, and I guess it's up to us.
Yeah, and let's whip the Kaisers and go home.
Yeah, that's sooner the better. What are you thinking about, Dick?
Remember the day we shoved off for France on that troop ship? Remember the band playing?
And the flags waving.
And the crowds cheering.
Just thinking about it makes me feel, well, kind of funny.
You're a grand old flag, you're a high-flying flag, and forever it keeps me waving. You're the emblem of the land I love, the home of the free and the brave. Every heart beats true for the red, white, and blue, but there's never ocean or rain. But you'll always wait and be forgotten. Keep your eye on the grand old
It's 6 a.m. Over the top. Hey, buddy. You all right?
Looks like I caught one.
We'll send you your rear. You be safer there.
No, you guys go on ahead. I'll be okay. Remember, we got to whip the Kaiser and go home.
We'll get him, all right. We'll get him.
Will it ever end? The fighting, the maiming, the killing. Every time there's a new offense, they come in by the truckload. We patch them up and send them out to fight again. Except when it's too late and there's nothing left that we can do.
Oh, where am I? Am I dead? Are you an angel?
Hardly that, I'm afraid. They just brought you in. I heard your unit was cut off, and you lay in the battlefield for 2 days!
This is a hospital.
Yes, and I'm a nurse.
My arm, I'm getting dizzy.
Sit, soldier, you'll be all right. What did you say?
I said I love you too.
That's not a line, is it?
What?
A line from the show, I mean.
No, this is me talking. I'm proposing. Well, what do you say?
Places, everyone?
I don't know what to say except yes.
Come on, hurry up. Pardon me. I hear you got one of our buddies locked up here.
Was he wounded?
He was shot too. Well, pretty bad. Hey, buddy, over here. It's me. I'm okay.
Boy, are we ever glad to see you.
Yeah, we tried to get back after you, Jack, but
I know. Your unit was cut off. I've been asking everyone who came in about you.
well, you can stop asking. We did what we came for.
The war is over.
And now we're headed home.
Headed home? That's great news. Say, Ike made a friend of mine. This is Mary. If it wasn't for her, I don't know if I'd have pulled through.
Glad to meet you. But don't pay any attention to him. He's giving me more credit than I deserve.
I should have known. We're out there fighting, and he gets the prettiest nurse in the army.
I just wish he was well enough to go home with you. He's going to have to stay in the hospital a little bit longer.
He's gonna be okay. That's the main thing.
Hey, buddy, is there anything we can do for you? You know, when we get home?
You sure can. Just one thing.
Name it.
Give my regards to Broadway.
We'll take care of it personally.
Am I ever going to miss you two?